Hey y'all, hey, I owe y'all a video and I'm super late. Like, is it just me or did May kind of like just poof and it was gone? Like, I know we aren't at the end of May yet, but it seems like we're what, 14, 11? I don't even know what today is, so y'all just forgive me. But I just know that May is like that. May is already like almost in the middle of the month. So I hope y'all are doing well. I told y'all that I was going to give you a video follow up on my trip to Getaway House. That's the name of the tiny cabin place that I went to. And while I was there, I was thinking about getting back and sharing this with you guys, but I got back and everything was just so crazy busy. So here I am. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for your patience and waiting for this video. So I'm going to tell you 4 things that I learned while I was away. First of all, tiny house living is not for me. I know that without a shot of a doubt. And after visiting this cabin, it just solidified it for me. I consider myself to be a minimalist and I don't need a lot of things and I don't need a lot of space, but I need more space in a tiny cabin. I need more space than having to brush my teeth in the kitchen because there is no sink in the bathroom. I need more mirror than literally the only mirror that was in there was a mirror that was like this big, and it was in the kitchen cabinet and it was called a shaping mirror. And I guess, I mean, if you out there roughing it in the wild, you don't need such luxuries. Which leads me to my second thing that I learned about myself. I mean, I already knew I was bougie, but I'm bougie. Like, the cabin was cute. It was nice. It was really upscale for it to be a cabin, so that wasn't it. But I just discovered that as much as I love nature, I think the part of nature that I really like is laying by the beach. And I have not laid by a beach in several years. And while I wasn't mad at being in the silence, I kind of missed like the sound of waves hitting up against the shore and those kinds of things. And I missed like some really extravagant meals. I cooked my own meals and they were good, but like I said, we're talking about things that I learned, and that was the second thing that I learned. The third thing that I learned was I really like silence. I did not speak or talk to anyone verbally for the whole 4 days I was there, and it was fine. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with my thoughts. I enjoyed having time to just not have to talk or speak, to just be. So that was very rewarding. I liked that a lot. And I said to myself, like, I probably could go to one of like those silent retreat situations and be good. Like, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people cannot stand silence. I know a lot of people got to be talking all the time. I love the fact that we're all wired different and that everything that one person likes, another person doesn't like. Like, I like that. I like the fact that it makes us all be in a space where we can talk about and communicate the different things that we like. And I love when people don't try to put their beliefs and preferences on other people. Like, if I like being quiet, let me be quiet. Like, don't just be talking to me. Like, if you're talking to me and I'm not talking back, I probably don't feel like talking. But a lot of people can't even pay attention to it. A lot of people, they just be talking and they aren't even trying to hear what the other person is saying anyway. And so while I was in that silence, it leads me to the fourth thing that I learned about myself. And that was, shockingly, my spiritual practice isn't what I wanted to be or what I needed to be. After. Pre-pandemic, I was very much in a space of having a routine around my spirituality. I would get up in the mornings, I would do my prayers, I would go to my little space, my altar, do my meditation. I would light candles of remembrance for my stepdad that passed away and for another lady that passed away that I don't know, but I love her teachings. Her name is Florence Shin. I've learned so much from her about the Bible and God and manifestation and how to think about the Bible from different senses other than just a literal standpoint. And so I would light candles in remembrance of both of them. I would write down what I was thankful for and put it in my gratitude jar, have my time. I would read a chapter in my book. I just really had a great spiritual practice. The beginning of the pandemic and probably through like the first year and a half. And then within this last year, I guess when the world opened back up, I didn't necessarily feel like I missed the world being open, and I didn't necessarily feel like I had to go. But I talked about it in one of my other videos. I don't know why I can't talk. Like, I'm just falling all over my words. But I talked about it in one of my previous interviews when I was asking, like, do y'all feel the shift? Because there's a shift happening. And I think in the midst of that shift, I just kind of got, I don't know, shaken up, caught up in moving and not being still and trying to really figure some things out. So now I'm in this space of being in between. It's like, I don't know if you're the kind of person that knows what you want without a shadow of a doubt. Like, you know what it looks like, you know what it feels like, you know what is going to happen when you get there. If you're that kind of person, that's great. That's normally the kind of person that I am. But sometimes we are in these spaces of thinking that we want a specific thing, thinking about what it's going to feel like when we get that specific thing, but we don't stop to figure out why we want that specific thing. So I want you to just stop and think for a minute about something that you really wanted. I don't know, off the top of my head, I'm going to say a purse, because everybody in here, for the most part, is a woman, and most of us like purses. So I want you to think about maybe a time when you wanted a purse, maybe a designer purse, and you like really wanted this bag, and you, I don't know, saved up for it, spent money you didn't have for it, put it on a credit card or whatever you did, and you got the purse. And when you first got it, you was like, oh, I'm feeling myself. I'm out here with this bag. You can't tell me nothing. And you're carrying it and, showing it off everywhere you go. And then a couple of months in, you're like throwing the bag on the floor, throwing it in the seat, doing whatever. Because you thought you really wanted this bag. But once you got it, that rush, that feeling of, oh, I want it, I gotta have it, it disappeared. And that's kind of how we live our lives. We get caught up in this process of being a consumer, and we're just immersed in consumerism. And when we start to think about what it is that we want in our lives, it's just rooted in consumerism. It's rooted in what somebody on Instagram is posting about. It's rooted in an ad that pops up. It's rooted in you seeing somebody else with something. It's rooted in you not really knowing what is going to satisfy you and make you happy. So you're on a continuous search to just buy stuff, have stuff, thinking that it's going to fill a void within you. But once you get it, you know that it doesn't. So when I say that I'm in a space of in between, I am in a space of figuring out what I want. I know what I want. However, I'm figuring out the why behind me wanting it. What purpose, I told y'all I can't talk today. What purpose will it serve for me having the things that I want? How is it going to make me a better person? What thing is it going to fulfill within me for me to have the things that I want? That's the space that I'm in, trying to figure that out. Because I have these desires, but when I accomplish these desires, is it just going to be a point of me saying, okay, ooh, I know I wanted that, now what next? And I think that's kind of how I've operated in all the years of my life anyway. It's like I have wanted to accomplish something, And then I accomplished it. And when I accomplished it, instead of me being like, oh yeah, that was great, I'm like, okay, what's next? That's not the life I want to live anymore. I don't want to be in a space of what's next. I want to be in a space of, ooh, thank you. Ooh, God, I thank you, in the words of Tabitha Brown. That's the space I want to be in. I want to be in the space of gratitude, being in appreciation, loving that space, loving the things that I manifested to the point where now it's about me giving to others. We always, as Black women, we always want to be super women. We always want to wear the cape. We always want to try to save other people. We always want to do more for others than we do for ourselves. And I want to be in alignment, in a space of knowing what I want, knowing the why behind why I want it, understanding when I get it, what is it going to do for me? And then once I know what it's going to do for me, is it going to make me fulfilled, so fulfilled that my cup is full and now I can give and serve others? So that's something that I want you to think about. And that's probably one of the main reasons why this video is late, because I allowed myself those first 4 or 5 days of May. And then as soon as I came back, I hit the ground running. It was my brother's birthday, so I wanted to do stuff for my brother's birthday. It was Mother's Day. It was this, it was that. And I was moving, and not taking time for myself. And y'all know I'm always transparent about all the things that are going on with me. And the reason why is because I know that I'm not alone. And I know that somebody that's listening can always resonate with what I'm saying. So I want to thank you again for your patience and waiting for this video. Please let me know if you can relate to any of this. It makes me feel so good when you guys comment, when you watch the videos, and let me know that they're helping you and that I'm not just out here running my mouth talking to this camera. So I appreciate each one of you for being in this space and for sharing space with me. As I am doing this work, you will see that the way that I am moving in the group will change. I also owe you guys a monthly meetup. We haven't had a monthly meetup in a couple of months because I have just been doing the most, and also doing emotional work on myself. Because I'm 50 and I be trying to fight menopause. And I'm doing well because I take a natural supplement called maca root powder. And I take that, and it's very helpful with keeping me in a space of feeling good. No hot flashes, no emotional bursts, none of that stuff. But while I was away, not being mindful, let's talk about that. I forgot to tell y'all that. My plan on my trip, I told y'all, was to go for walks, to read my books, and to just chill out. Number one, there was no walking trails at this place, so I was sad about that. But number two, your girl was doing so much that I forgot my books. No worries though, I listen to audiobooks, but I prefer to read my books. That's what I prefer to do. And so I was in that space of just doing the most and forgot my books. So back to the menopause. I also forgot my maca root when I left, so I didn't have it for 4 or 5 days. And when I got back, I was like feeling a little bit like some tears, like literally. I told my mom I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I just started crying. And I was like, what is these tears? Like, I felt nothing necessarily. I mean, I didn't feel like I felt sad or anything, but literally I just started crying, and I was just like, what is this? And then I was like, click. Your menopause trying to sneak up on you, so you best to go take your stuff. So I've gotten back on it. It makes me feel so good. So I'm in a great space. So the more that I am complete and whole, the more that I am able to give to you all. So I can't say it enough. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. I'll be dropping a link for the monthly meetup. I'm going to look at a few days, and then once I get that day, I will post that so that we can all hopefully see each other, chat with each other, talk with each other, and uplift each other, because I know right now we can all use a little uplifting. Have a wonderful day.